Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Near, Tron and Siacoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. We're gonna start with Near on the daily here where we have three waves toward the upside. Wave A or wave W followed by a correction, wave B or wave X. Now after both case scenario you would like to see a move toward the upside. Whether you are in a wave C for A, B and a C, the wave C has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitting the 1-to-1 fib level, $35 for a wave C. In case you are in a wave Y, you might expect here a zigzag since you have an impulse toward the upside A, B, and a C to hit the 1-to-1 fib level as well for a zigzag, which is $15.87. Currently, after this move toward the upside, you have an impulse wave 1, ABC, probably finished finally, of course, with the last low that we took it, of course, a few days ago, and we start the move toward the upside. We're gonna see what's going on. Final scenario, of course, I would like to mention here is an A, B, C, D, and an E triangle where you might finish with a wave E toward the upside. So A, B, C, D, and an E finishing toward the upside, meaning the move can continue for lower. It can be also a deeper A, B, and a C in this case, potentially having a wave C and then, of course, moving toward the upside after an A, B, C. But yes, the things are a little bit very low for Near here. I would say that we should move toward the upside, and especially in case we have, of course, an impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So let's move inside it here to see what's going on the 2 hours chart. So on the 2 hours chart, as you can see, we got a W, X, and a Y finished like few days ago. So we took the low was Near here, yeah, so we took the low. We were looking at a potential something toward the upside, but you know, on this channel we said this is a W, X, and a Y very obviously because of the interfering of the wave 4 and the wave 1. That is nothing impulsive here, and therefore it has turned into WX and a Y, another complex structure toward the downside, finishing finally the wave Y here in a bigger zigzag or bigger flat. Now, basically, I would like to focus on this area exactly here, what is going on the 1 hour chart, where we are looking at a potential, it can be, of course, WX and a Y, and it can be something impulsive. However, if you are looking for something impulsive here and you have a 1, 2, now you can consider this wave 3, 4, and a 5, wave 1, A, B, and a C, wave 2, and you start to move toward the upside. Internally, we can count here, of course, a wave 1, ABC for a wave 2 expanding flat. You have a big wave 1, 2, 3, 4, no invalidation, and a 5 for a wave 3, and then having 4 and a 5 toward the upside. However, the wave 5 internally is not looking maybe perfect, so we need to check this also on the 15-minute chart. So as you can see, it is choppy a little bit, guys. I don't really trust it so much as a wave 5, so we have to be careful with it as considering it as a wave 1 here, okay? In case this is a wave 1, 2, and you're looking for something for higher 4 and a 5, this is your bullish scenario, of course, unfolding toward the upside. Don't forget, in case we are corrective, we are in an A, B, and a C as well toward the upside. The wave C is unfolding potentially as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 in this scenario, of course, where you might finish a wave C. So I would say right now, after this continuation of an impulse toward the upside, we have to be careful, of course, because also the wave C might be simply finished over there, and of course not reaching the perfect fib level as 1-to-1 fib level as a zigzag, because normally a zigzag, as an uncommon target, can have the following, here we go, 0.618 as a target, and then moving toward the downside. So we have to be careful again with it in case we have a finished wave C here, and before getting exactly the 1-to-1 fib level for there. So you will have to consider also potential diagonal here. I would say that it might unfold for wave C, because you know this wave 1 is already very big in case we still want to reach this wave 5 and this wave C to finish it on the 1-to-1 fib level. So it would be hard for an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This wave 1 scale is huge, right? So basically, I would say in case we are not in a zigzag and we are continuing towards the upside here, I would like to see, of course, something at least as diagonal, or in case we have 3, 4, 5, that means, of course, the bullish scenario is unfolding, which you would like to see, of course, the 1.618 in this case. Yeah, so wave 3 should be 1.618, 2.89. And based on the scale of this wave 1, 2 here, well, it looks like a wave 3, guys, right? So unless we get, of course, invalidation on the 15-minute chart here. So if you are still looking for a wave 2 there, I would say wave 2 can unfold somewhere in this area. Start to unfold, of course, probably one more low. And that because you might be here in something corrective, by the way, but it can be a little bit deep. Let's dive inside it. So here you might be in an A, B, and a C, right? Toward the downside, or a big wave A, B, and a C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But preferably this is looking like much more like this scenario as an ABC. I would say the wave A is here, by the way, and the wave B is something like ABC running flat, maybe, because you see a clear impulse here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Therefore, yeah, maybe this is then your wave B, and you're looking here. Yeah, this is much better as count 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave C to finish a wave 2 here. Okay, so we're gonna see, of course, how this is going to unfold, guys. Basically, I'm looking still for lower right now. I'm still looking for lower. It's not done yet, the wave 2. Now, key level, of course, if we take the 886, we break this level, definitely you have to go corrective, guys, in a finished wave C here. Okay, so we have to be careful in case we have a finished wave C. Therefore, we are still aiming to take the low. So key level to be watched, 886, of course, for this scenario. All right, that was it for near from the daily to the 15-minute chart as a micro level. Let me add those micros as well in one group. All right, let's move for the next one, which is TRX. TRX is a nice chart as well. We never analyze it on the as videos on the channel, but always with live streams. Yeah, so I would like to start, of course, making some videos for it. And as you can see, TRX is looking fine on the daily, where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse towards the upside, finished wave A or a wave 1 here. We're gonna add also the wave 1, by the way. We need a wave 1, and then a 2, potentially 3, 4, and a 5 as well is a very interesting scenario. Okay. In this case, you are looking for this wave 2 finished already there as WX and a Y. Obviously WX and a Y because you have a zigzag, zigzag, another zigzag as an X, right? And this is, of course, a very clear scenario for this wave 2. Now, basically, let me also put this in a daily group. All right, here we go. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 followed after this correction. We have here kind of like, I would say it looks like a zigzag here. 1, 2, A, B, and a C for a wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. So basically, you have 3 ways to the upside as well here, A, B, C, and we're looking for another correction. And currently, we're still looking for something moving toward the upside. So this is definitely, of course, somehow a diagonal. But here it opens the question mark. Since you took the high, you're moving in a diagonal. What if this is the ending diagonal for this structure, which is the A, B, and a C? Therefore, the possibilities right now goes higher for an ABC in a zigzag toward the upside, on the daily. Let's move inside it a little bit on the 4 hours chart to see what's going on here. So basically, after this low, we also start to see something like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now this, I would say, somehow it has transformed to this diagonal. Okay, so if we are looking at this new channel here as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, this is a nice diagonal. I would say can be a wave 2 here, also finished ABC, and then you're still looking for higher toward the upside. On the 1 hour chart as well, I can see, of course, definitely this is an impulse unfolding, And this is your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 1, wave 2 given, 1, 2 here, very ranging. But 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, here we go. This is your impulse, yeah? Without invalidation, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Interesting. We're still looking for higher. I would say because in the daily, as we saw, of course, on the daily, we need to finish one more leg toward the upside. Okay, so we need one more high to finish, of course, this diagonal, guys. Okay, so the 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I would put this, of course, in brackets to see it much better. Here we go. We don't have WX and a Y, I believe, here because the wave Y should have finished here as a zigzag, right? You should move down, but obviously we're moving up, and this is, of course, meaning higher potential. We are moving, of course, in a wave C, at least in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm gonna put this also in a gray. Here we go. ABC, there is no ABCs. This is your wave 4 exactly there. Yep, so targets for this scenario, in case we are looking for a wave C, is of course the following target for a zigzag. Well, it can be, of course, hitting, it can be hitting the 1-to-1 fib level on the logarithmic chart. Let me check the fib levels on the linear. Well, it looks like, yeah, it looks like we're gonna hit the 1.618, taking one more high. That is much more logic, I would say. Yeah, 1.618, which is an extended wave C, plus to have some confluence here. If this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, if you have a wave 3 already finished here, your wave 4 is very shallow, by the way, and it might be still unfolding. We're gonna talk about it as well. But wave 5 as diagonal might be, of course, even this area. Wow. Okay. So it is allowed even the wave 5 to move even higher. Yeah. But be careful. In case that the wave 4 is not finished yet, it still can have something like ABC, yeah, something like this, and then moving toward the upside. This scenario to unfold, of course, we need to move inside it, of course, to see what it might happen. But basically, right now, you are very impulsive, and that means you're still looking for higher. If we're moving toward the downside, okay, you would like to see unfinished impulse. Simply, if you see an ABC moving down, that means, of course, we are unfolding wave 4. Invalidation is this level. Invalidation of bullish. Okay, meaning if we take this price here, 0.27, okay, that means on the daily as well, you might move toward the downside, A, B, and a C for a wave 4. Because if we invalidate this, it turns corrective, and the whole thing here turns corrective and move down, okay? And then moving up later on. So watch this key level for TRX. Cool, let's move to the next one, which is Siacoin. Siacoin also is a very interesting chart that we always analyze on the channel as well before. And of course, one of the trusted coin that we have on our Discord. So basically, in Siacoin, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the upside wave A or wave 1. You have a correction where you might have finished here a correction as a wave A, B, and a C, probably, like having bigger correction, or you can be in a triangle A, B, C, D, and a E. Now, we are still estimating this triangle to be finished because it is in priority before the wave C. Once this triangle is broken and taking, of course, this invalidation of wave C here, invalidation of triangle, still, of course, at this number. If taken, which is not yet, if taken, okay, then therefore we are looking for something lower, maybe the 1-to-1 fib level, wave C. Currently, it's still looking for higher as a wave E finished as a wave B. If we dive inside it on the 2 hours chart here to see what is going on in this area, now we see, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1 or a wave A, meaning the bullish scenario is there potentially. However, this correction is very long in time also, but still understandable based on the character of Siacoin chart. It takes so much long time for the correction, as we saw also the correction on the daily in the triangle. You have W, X, and a Y potentially, and now we see something moving potentially toward the upside. So let's move inside it on the micro level as well to see what's going on here. So basically, I would say on the 1 hour chart for this area, can we call an impulse over there? Well, it's also a little bit tricky and hard to call it. But what you might be into it here also is a diagonal. Okay, if it is not, because this, I don't see it yet, a finished wave 3, 4, and a 5. Well, the wave 5 can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it can be. Let me check also the 15-minute chart. It's very interesting. This is a wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Well, yes, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this one interfere. But it can be like, yeah, expanding diagonal here. This is a problem with it. So you guys, you have here like, okay, 1 ABC. You have the wave 3 potentially finished there. Wave 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But the wave 5 expanding diagonal. Yeah, so very rare case scenario, but okay, we cannot just like eliminate it. So we're gonna put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially toward the upside, and of course we're gonna keep it in mind. So what if we have also an ABC, therefore A, B, and a C toward the upside, maybe finished, maybe not yet, because you took the high, or not yet even. Yeah, I prefer to see one more high. So ABC is also optional, right? Toward the upside, and that means it might turn corrective, or it can be even W, X, and a Y, W, X, and a Y, which is of course your blue scenario here. And the Y might be of course a zigzag here, simply 3 ways up. So 3 ways up, 3 ways down, 3 ways up, again moving toward the downside correctively. Okay, so that is also interesting to see what's gonna happen. But basically right now on the lower time frame here, we can see of course this impulse toward the upside. Definitely this is a finished impulse, kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your 1, 2, wave 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5. A, B, and a C here for A, B, and a C toward the downside. Yes. Yeah, so this is a wave 4 and a 5, guys, here. This might be a wave 4 unfolding here, but we have to be careful if we have this invalidation of bullish. Okay, again, key level to be watched. If we take this price, that is not a good sign. Okay, we would like to see simply continuation toward the upside. This might be your wave 4 here for Siacoin. Yep, so basically this is for Siacoin. The target for the wave 5 might be the following. If you take it from the zone 1 to the wave 3, we have wave 5 over 3. Here we go, over 1. So this is, yeah, those are the numbers that you would like to see, of course, for Siacoin as a target. And at the same time, because it's gonna be an impulse, be careful. It might be, of course, ABC here, finishing a wave Y at the same time, and a wave 3. Yep. So basically, if we are impulsive, we would like to see 4, 5. If not, we move simply toward the downside, and this is a key level for the next price action. Yep, so that was it for Siacoin, NIR, and TRX. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.